Hi, everyone, and welcome to the preparation module. I'm your coach, Brian Mitchell, and I am so happy and excited to talk with you for just a few moments today. This is a module designed to help you with taking action, to share some planning and preparation tips to help you structure your weeks so that you can complete the things that you need to get done, and so that you can move forward with your health and weight loss goals. As you grow more adapted to working out and planning food, you'll need to plan less and less. But in the beginning stages of change, you will need to plan for success. I'm sure you are familiar with that age-old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Certain things need to be planned every single week. Some of this I have done for you in the initial stages of the journey, like your fitness plan. Other things, however, like your weekly meals and shopping, are going to need to be planned by you. It is also recommended that each week you schedule some relaxation time for yourself, like a massage or a hot bath, so that you aren't stressed 24/7. Finally, you need to plan your sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, it will affect your stress levels, your hunger signaling, and therefore your follow-through with your training and nutrition goals. So actually scheduling a regular sleep pattern is very important. Here are some of my tips for planning. First of all, you need to plan to plan. You need to allocate some time each week where you sit down and plan for the week ahead. A good time to do this is Sunday morning or afternoon, because we generally have this time to ourselves. If you are the type of person that struggles to plan, you can turn the planning into some quality me time. For example, you can go out and treat yourself to a nice quality cup of coffee from your local shop, where you sit down and relax and take your time planning. Perhaps you can buy yourself a really beautiful diary or notebook and a nice pen so that you can make all your planning look fancier. Encourage yourself to finish planning. Think of the rewards it brings and associate planning with pleasure. Second, you will need a calendar or notebook to schedule things in. You will not be able to just wing it. Unless the most important tasks you need to do are written down and there's a time slot allocated for them, it will be very easy for other people to put pressure on you to give your time to them, and you won't be putting yourself first. You need to be focusing on you right now. Your needs must be met in order for you to grow into that bigger vision that you want to create for yourself. The third thing you need to do is brainstorm everything that needs to be completed that week. Get a pen and paper and split it into 2 columns. One column is the must-do column, and the other column is the can-do column. Your must-do items are the things that absolutely need to happen that week. Your can-do items are things that will be nice if they could get done that week, but aren't as urgent. There will certainly be things in your personal life that are must-dos, like taking the kids to school if you have children, important meetings, or going to work. But if we are going to create this bigger vision for ourselves, we need to also plan our meals each week so that we can achieve that vision that we've created. You must make time to exercise each week. Your training schedule found in the pinned post in your individual secret group must be non-negotiable. You must make time to shop and prepare your meals. You must have some downtime so you can relax. Sometimes life will require you to push a little bit more, and then you need to reward yourself with relaxation time. You must make time to sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Sleep is vital to your progress. Let's take a moment to look specifically at weekly meal planning. Let's look at the most complicated scenario, planning for a family. If you are planning for a family, it might be best to get the family involved. Plan some family time, maybe on Saturday or Sunday morning, and ask them what meals they would enjoy. Perhaps each family member has a favorite food, and you can alternate that across the different weekdays. And then, of course, once the meals are planned, you can also adjust them so they are friendly to your individualized meal plan. For example, if the kids want macaroni and cheese, you know that's not going to fit into your plan. Maybe you could prepare some noodles without cheese and have cheese in a grate ready to allow the kids to cheese up their noodles. Add a lean piece of meat with some green veggies on the side, or better yet, steamed into the macaroni, and you've got a full meal that everyone can agree on. So get the family involved, brainstorm the meals that they'd like, and then think about the adjustments to accommodate for your needs as well. Then create a schedule where you plan in the meals that you'll be eating together as a family. If the kids are away at school, it likely won't be all of them, and it may even just be dinner on weekdays. Write out all of the community meals and snacks for the week. I personally like to keep it simple by eating similar breakfasts. I have 1 or 2 breakfasts, which I alternate across the week. It's always good to have 2 or 3 go-to options, which you know work well for breakfast or lunch, so that when life gets busy and you're on the go, you know what works and can have some meals readily available if you need to throw something together quick. You need to take care that all your meals are planned around proteins. One of the biggest things you can do to support weight loss is to ensure that you get protein with each meal. So when you're sitting down with your family and you're asking them what meals they might want to eat, and they aren't necessarily protein heavy, have a little brainstorm about how you could adjust that for yourself. And don't be afraid to be repetitive. If you sit down and you create a weekly meal plan, you could repeat that meal plan for several weeks. And then if you get any complaints from the family members who perhaps are getting a bit bored of eating the same meals, you can switch it up on a monthly basis. Then, over the course of perhaps 2 or 3 months, you've got a selection of different meal plans that you know work, and you can just alternate these as you go to create variety. Once you've got your meal plans together, you need to shop for the right food. You should write a list of everything you need and try to knock out your weekly shopping in a single trip. You should never buy any foods that you don't want to eat. Sometimes it can be easy to create excuses like, I'll just get these Oreos for the kids. But what happens is you wind up with a lot of food around the house that you don't want to be eating, which will trigger overconsumption. If you want to treat your children, you should treat them with your time. Take them out for ice cream instead of keeping ice cream at home. Perhaps establish a reward system where at the end of the week, if they've been good, then they can pick something that they'd like to eat and you can make an evening of it. This way you don't keep foods that you don't want to be eating at home. And never shop when you're hungry. Also, make sure to stock up on easy items that can be kept in the pantry. For example, cans of tuna, mackerel, lentils, beans, or pre-cooked pouches of rice. All of these things can be kept in the pantry and can be thrown together quickly for an easy meal. The final thing to plan is your sleep and relaxation time. You need to be honest about whether or not you are getting the 7 to 8 hours of sleep that you really need. And if you feel you aren't, how many hours are you short by each evening? Even if it's just an hour a day, that's a full night's sleep across the week. The goal here isn't to jump right into much longer sleep, but rather to try to add 15 to 30 minutes of sleep a night. Once that becomes a habit, add another 15 to 30 minutes. You will see a significant difference in how you feel. What habits do you have at the moment which might be preventing you from getting enough sleep? Are you staying up watching TV or looking at social media? Are you overwhelmed with jobs and chores in the evening? Sometimes we need to let go of our perfectionism. The kitchen doesn't need to be cleaned before we can go to bed. Sometimes we just need to let these tasks go so that we can invest in ourselves and get a bit more sleep. It's very easy to become busy with our careers or our families and trying to be the best possible mom or dad or the best possible friend or sibling or person. It's very common to put everyone else before ourselves, and it's really important to understand that in order for us to be the best person that we can be, we have to serve ourselves first. When we are putting energy back into our body, we are in a much better place to help other people. We can be a better mom or dad, or a better wife or husband, or a better friend. So understand that making time for yourself isn't selfish. It's actually selfish not to. So make sure to schedule some relaxation time during the week. You will want to put aside 15 minutes to read a book before going to bed during the week. And on the weekend, you can take a couple hours to do whatever you want to do. Write down a list of the things that you would like to do for yourself but aren't doing right now. Whatever you want. Do you want to get a new haircut? Do you want to go shopping for some new clothes? Maybe you literally just want to have a hot bath and read a good book and have an early night. Whatever it is, write down all the things that you aren't doing for yourself at the moment, however big or small, and start to plan them into your week. Even if it's just one thing a week, make sure that you are giving back to yourself. And get excited. Feel the positive energy. Go take action. Think about how you can plan better and give back to yourself, and get ready for the next module.